Do you want to start off with like maybe one key thing that you kind of took away from the entire book? Like one point that kind of really resonated with you? Anything like.
So a couple things probably equally of importance. When you asked me what resonated with this book, what I took away, there's two things. One is personal, one is macro. Personal is circle of competence. Like we always say, it's on the checklist. Is it in your circle of competence? But I guess rarely do I venture outside of my circle of competence. And so, Karan, I ventured outside of my circle of competence in a real way with this book, and I was just humbled, like just completely humbled, and it just really showed me the importance of circle of competence, and I just learned some real lessons with circle of competence. So that's one thing, and we'll talk about those towards the end of the episode. The second thing that comes top of mind when you ask me about this book and like what resonated, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, and Taiwan, and just how unique that company is and how important that company is and how important Taiwan is both to China and the US and the rest of the world. That's just top of mind for me after reading this book.
Yep.
It's so stuck out. And then I guess the third thing is how quickly things have changed in the span of a very short time in human history. When he's talking about the Vietnam War and bombs being dropped and then hoping they hit within 600 or 200 feet of the target. Yeah. And now we're talking about weapons that can go to a precise little spot on the hypersonic stuff, drones, and then realizing the way chips play a role in all of that. Mm-hmm. And then also realizing that, life is, war, power, weapons, it's all super important. And what drives that these days, it's like chips. And so just the importance of this industry when it comes to like the most important stuff, like war Absolutely. And power and peace, hopefully peace, it's like all that is it's so dependent on chips because chips improve the weapons and all that kind of stuff. So that really struck me. What about you?
On that point of peace. Yeah, on that point of peace, that's exactly kind of where my key takeaway was how Taiwan, this little island that's there, has been kind of keeping everyone on the brink of, there's a lot of tension, but it's also the one maintaining a lot of peace because everyone wants things to go smoothly. So the importance from a geopolitical standpoint of Taiwan is something maybe I didn't appreciate as much before this book, but after this book, like it's the role that it holds in the global trade, global supply chain, it's huge. And I didn't realize that. And another key takeaway that I had over here was just the sheer tenacity of kind of American innovation, like entrepreneurship, like the way they talk about Kirby, they talk about all the people who started Intel and Micron. I mean, these guys, against all odds, like the guys who started Micron, they were literally from a small town. I mean, and these were two guys, they kind of raised capital from people within that town and like started creating memory chips. I don't think there's many countries where, you can kind of go out and kind of start this huge company. I mean, start something very small and then grow it into a huge company. So that's something, I really admired from this book, just the sheer tenacity that a lot of, these American entrepreneurs have, the spirit of innovation. It's fantastic. Like we see people Elon start SpaceX. I don't see a SpaceX in any other country. So.
Right. Or the iPhone, or now I know AI. There's some more AI going on. There is AI going on in China, but I've read articles about how, and this talks to innovation. Like apparently the U.S. is not letting them get certain kind of chips that help with AI, and so China is trying to figure out with existing chips how they can piece those chips together to make them act like the new chips, and get there in AI.